This is author, motivational speaker, and dating coach Matthew C. Horn, bringing you a video today titled, Many Women Are Just Going to Play With You. But before I get into the video, remember to like, comment, share, and subscribe. And understand that we are doing my video tonight based on my brand new book, How to Be Appealing to Successful Black Men for Black Women, and also my book, How to Get Beautiful Women and Everything Else You Want from Life. And they're both available at www.matthewchorn.com. But let's get into the video. Most women are just going to play with you. Many women are just going to play with you. That's just the name of the game. If you've been out here long enough and you've been dealing with women, you understand that no matter how you show up, you can elevate her spiritually, mentally, physically. You can do many things that, make a positive and enjoyable impact on her life. And she's still going to play with you. She's still going to disrespect you. She's still going to mistreat you. And she's still going to not give you the various things that you are giving to her. And it's just the way the game is rigged. I wish I had more logic and reason behind it, but I do. But I'm not going to go too deep into that. I'm going to focus more on a story that I experienced and an example that I experienced recently as of last week. But yeah, that's just how it goes. You know, many women just play with men. It's like for their amusement, for their ego boost, for various reasons. They choose to not, have enough foresight to realize that you can't treat all men the same. Yeah, you have options. You have guys in your inbox. You have guys following you down the street. Yes, I mean, that's a fixture. That's a reality in the life of a, moderately attractive woman, let alone a very attractive woman. But there are some very accomplished men out there that women, the type of women that he likes, he regularly engages with. And, he tends to, on a regular enough basis, get the women that he's really looking for. So he can't really tolerate the woman who is going to play with him. But to keep your sanity, okay, unless you want to just completely cut off your instinct and your desire for women and focus on something else. But if you're going to be engaged with women and date, pursue, whatever you want to call it, there has to be an acceptance of their nature. And like I said, not all women, but most women you encounter are going to play with you in some degree. They're going to test you. They're going to disrespect you. They're going to do something unnecessarily stupid. There's no other way to say it. Okay. So when this happens, once again, you just have to accept their nature or else you're going to go crazy. So when you understand that this is the majority of the experiences that guys are having with women, then it won't be something that totally disrupts your space and your peace to the point that you get frustrated and do things that you never imagined. Okay, you have to stay grounded and understand the rules and parameters of the game that you're playing. Okay, you're dealing with women. Okay, many times logic and reason is not present, and they will do things that will completely baffle your mind, especially if you're a solid man who keeps your word. You do the right things, you show up the right way, you treat women the right way, you elevate them, like I said, spiritually, mentally, physically. I mean, they have experiences with you that are not normal. They enjoy every facet of you because you elevate their experience so much. But guess what? They're still going to play with you. It's just the way the game is rigged. Okay. So let's just get to the story. I was with my good friend a couple of weeks ago. Okay. We were hanging out. We met these two girls. I was just kind of like just there. It wasn't really a big deal. I mean, one girl was decently attractive. The other one was not as attractive as her. So I talked to the less attractive one. And she was telling me she had a place, in D.C. and, just kind of telling me a little bit about herself. But I could just tell the energy wasn't present, if you want to call it that. I don't really know how into me she was and this and that. And, with something like that, she wasn't that attractive. So if a woman is not that attractive and I'm actually talking to her, then she has to serve everything up on a platter immediately. She has to be anxious. She has to be in a state of anticipation and enthusiasm as she's talking to me. If I feel any bit of indifference, then, I hung in there just because my boy was talking to the other girl. And, she was into him. So she texts my boy later on that night, and I guess he was headed home, and he didn't want to drive all the way to DC and this and that. So they just let it ride. So he told me yesterday how that situation ended up playing out. So the girl ended up hitting him up and saying that she wanted to see him. And he invited her over to his place. And she set a time with him. And they were supposed to, meet up at a certain time. And as that time was approaching, my boy, he already kind of saw the play. And that's going to be your saving grace. It's understanding that these women are dealing with weak men. And you have to trust your instincts. Okay? You have to trust that these women, they will play with men and the men stick around for it. That's why they still do it. Okay? So you have to understand that any woman you make any plans with can disappoint you and cancel at any given moment in time. But most men are solid and they're not doing stuff like this. Okay? So he felt that the girl was going to cancel. All right. And she did that. She said something came up and, they could talk later or something crazy like that. So he just went on with his night. He ended up calling another girl. She came over. And so the girl ended up FaceTiming him. And, he did some petty stuff. Like, I necessarily would have done this. I just would have erased the number, blocked her, and just kept it moving because she's playing, But he answers her FaceTime with another girl in the bed just to send her a message like, okay, you can try to play with me, but I'm a high value man and I have options. I don't have to play your game. So she said on the FaceTime with the other girl in the bed with my boy, she says, really? Like, I wasn't successful in ruining your night? You have other options outside of me, even though I'm playing with you, even though you're an attractive guy and I know you have options? Oh my God, like, she didn't say all of those things, but that was the embodiment of what she said. When she said, really? And she was upset and she just got off the phone. Now, that's what these women do. Most women just want to play with you, but the thing is that, number one, you have to trust your instincts, okay? We've all been in enough situations with women when we know that they're not serious. We can see the flake coming. We can see her beginning to pull back. We know when things are not at the level that represents the ideal experience that you want to have with a woman. They may have been there, but then something happens. Just how she was completely into my boy when they met. She called him that same night. Then boom, she turns around and does this. That's what women do. Okay? But you have to be firm enough within yourself that you respect yourself enough that you're not going to put up with that. Okay? And that's where you have peace in the midst of this chaotic thing that we call dating, is that you're taking a version of yourself through life that's steady, that's grounded, that's self-aware, and that loves yourself. Okay? So if a woman, many women are going to play with you. They're going to flake, they're going to disrespect, they're going to do all that stuff. But if you are of a mindset that you're not going to deal with that stuff, and you're man enough to disengage and never look back, that's the problem. Most men that say that they're alpha males are weak betas. And there's some other words I want to say, but I don't want to say, I'm going to hold back on using those words. But I'll be honest with you. I hang with guys, a lot of different guys and stuff like that. Like, my boy is probably one of, if not the only solid dude that I know. Okay? When it comes to the type of treatment that he allows from women, the type of treatment that he engages with, the type of treatment that he removes himself from. That's why we get along. Other than that, I go most places by myself because it frustrates me to be around weak men, letting women play with them and disrespect them all the time. Okay? So that's the bottom line of it. These women are going to try to play with you, but you have to understand that they're used to dealing with weak men. But like I said, number one, you have to be solid within yourself and not put up with this stuff. Okay? And then, number two, have an idea of how you want to be treated as a man. Okay? A real man cannot ask anything of a woman that he is not giving to her. Okay? If you're showing up and you're consistent, you're doing the right things, you actually like the girl, you have a level of anticipation, to be in her presence. It's something that excites you. It's something that you're enthusiastic about. And she's not giving you that energy back. If you've become the type of man that you believe should deserve that treatment from any woman that you meet, then when a woman doesn't give that to you, you disengage. Okay? So, like I said, you understand that they are going to play just based on their egos, based on the amount of men that are chasing them and all that kind of stuff. But you have to be solid within yourself and understand the type of experience that you want to have. The type of experience that you're going to give to a woman, it's going to be optimal if you're the optimal man. And if you're not getting that back in return, you have to be man enough to let any woman go. Let me tell you what that looks like in 2020 in the age of the silly woman. Okay. What that looks like is a conversations I was having with two of my very good friends last night. And they were like, Matthew, why do you deal with so many women? I say, if I had it my way, I wouldn't. It's the fact that no matter how you show up, no matter how good you treat them, no matter what physical heights you take them to, no matter how consistent you are, no matter how good you are to them, they still are going to disrespect you. And my friends couldn't really disagree with me, you know. So it's just like, I if I had, some steady friends that I can hang out with, and we want the same things, and we on the same page, then I wouldn't be meeting and leaving, meeting and leaving, meeting and leaving so many different women. But if you're a real solid, strong, what some may define as an alpha male out here, you're going to be dealing with a lot of women. Because you can tell a woman that you're not even going to stick around for the disrespect, but from a standpoint of her ego, she's used to putting men under her thumb. She's used to stepping on guys' necks and they still stick around for it. So she's going to try you for the sake of her own ego. And what happens is that she realized she tried a real man. And then normally, sometimes they realize, well, this is a man I can't control and manipulate. I don't want anything to do with him because I need men that I can play around with. They'll just leave you alone. Sometimes they'll like you and they'll try to come back, but either way, you're gone because they disrespect it. And they're not used to men who exit this space, who value themselves enough and are aware of what they're bringing to the table enough to walk away from a woman no matter how beautiful they are. That's your only answer. That's your only saving grace if you're going to be out here dealing with these women, okay? They're going to disrespect you. They're going to play with you. But the bottom line is, will you be around when it's all said and done? Are you man enough to depart when they try you, when they play you, when they flake on you, when they cancel on you? Are you man enough to say, hey, I'm the optimal man. There will be another one. And maybe the next one will get it right. This has been Matthew C. Horn, author, motivational speaker, and dating coach. Once again, tonight's message has been brought to you by my book, my brand new book, How to Be Appealing to Successful Black Men for Black Women, and How to Be I'm tripping. I've written too many books, y'all. How to Get Beautiful Women and Everything Else You Want from Life. They're both available at www.matthewchorn.com. Remember to like, share, and subscribe. This helped me grow the channel. I'm going to be bringing you all some solid content on a regular basis. Also, if you're interested in coaching, if you want to get more advice and tips like this on a more personal and in-depth level to elevate you and your game and your understanding of men and women, then you can contact me at matthewchorn23@gmail.com. We'll set up a consultation and we'll get you moving in the right direction. Also, if this video has been of value to you, okay, if you feel like your thought process has been elevated and you're poised to have better experiences with women, okay, check out my donation information that is in the description. Everything that is pertinent, my website, my email, as well as my donation information will be in the description. I'll be back at you all very soon.